Hey, everybody, welcome back to Under the Covers. I'm Charlie.
I'm Nick. I'm just straight up Nick this week. It
Yeah.
wasn't no Mr. Nick, Nicholas, informal. This is more of a informal episode, not like the Beat It and Bad Blood,
Yep.
but
Just straight up Nick today.
straight
But
up Nick.
we appreciate y'all coming back and listening to us again. Um,
Mm-hmm.
any new listeners, welcome. Welcome again. Like I said, we're Under the Covers.
We do have a new listener.
Oh, here we go.
It's my
Who
mom.
is it?
She 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 found it, and
Were you trying to
so
hide it from her?
no, definitely wasn't trying to hide it from her. I guess I should. I'll probably have to clean up my act. So you may not have to put the explicit uh labelization on all these anymore, but
Yeah.
so I'm sure she'll text me and be like, "You didn't need to mention that I'm listening to these and telling you to be a good boy."
Well, I still might drop a few F bombs, or
Yeah, I
who
will too.
knows? Depending on our sponsors, they might be a little on the explicit end too. Yeah.
Right, right.
Wherever the money comes from, we take it. So.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I usually take it from the church donation bin. It's really where I get the
Here.
bonus money from.
Okay. Okay.
And now my secret's out.
I'm surprised you haven't been struck by lightning yet. Glad you're still
Ah,
here with us.
I'm in the basement. A lot of lightning strikes are gonna hit before they get down here.
Man, it's been cold out.
It has been. I've been really cold down here too. So
Yeah. And basement's always colder too. So I record upstairs, which is nice this time of year. We'll see what happens in the summer.
yeah, yeah.
But
So yeah. So my mom is my second our second biggest fan.
yeah,
Um,
did she subscribe?
she
Leave a
did. She
comment?
actually goes, I don't know if I can get these, so I subscribed, and I was like, monetization, here we come.
We need those subscribers and we need comments, man. Reviews. I think that's what I'm looking for there.
It's funny. We do get those reviews and we get the feedback. Our number one biggest fan, Matt, uh, he seems to be also part of the FCC, pointing out all the reasons that we're going to get canceled. Um, so I'm going to start saying really weird words that
I've
because he reads the transcripts themselves as well.
Well, yeah, it's kind of neat that Spotify does that now. I don't
Yeah,
know if any other services do. Oh, speaking of that, we are up live on so many different platforms right now. Um,
nice.
at first, it was just basically Spotify and YouTube, but now we're up on Apple Podcast, we're on iHeart Podcast, Amazon Podcast. We got a TikTok, we got Facebook and Instagram. We're starting to try to get active on. Yeah, we're all over there. We're growing.
Yes, get ready to invest, folks. I mean, merch is coming. I'm
Merch
sure.
is coming. We're getting some posters,
Take
stickers.
your money.
We'll start a Patreon soon and do bonus episodes.
There we go. There
Maybe
we go.
maybe start a Patreon and let the listeners pick a song that we have to talk about.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, yeah,
We're full of it tonight. Not
yeah.
full of
But
it, but full of good ideas.
yeah, but a little bit of what we do here. Basically, our main concept is we pick a song, usually a pretty popular song, well known, and then we find a cover version of that song, studio version cover of that song, and we talk about each song, and then at the end we pick our favorite.
Simple. Simple but
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yes, we don't talk to each other about the songs beforehand. Um, so yeah, we've got a shared list that we just continue to add songs to,
Hmm.
and then we decide which ones we're gonna do, and we let it roll.
Let it roll.
Let it
Not
roll.
scripted. There's no script here. There's
Nope,
notes. I got notes.
I got notes. I got a
I got
script from
no.
the advertisers.
There
I
you
get
go.
Yeah, they usually send me the copy they want me to read, but other than that, totally
Nice.
unscripted. Our votes at the end, I got a comment today from a friend John who just listened to Bad Blood episode, the Taylor Swift one, and he thought he was like it was really cool how Nick you could just see his opinions start shifting like throughout the episode. Like
Yeah.
yeah, so
I wanted to. Yeah, man, that was a tough one. I don't
it was.
remember a bit of it.
But as some of you may have noticed if you're watching, um, up here, this is the album from the song, or the song is on this album that we'll be talking about today from the band TLC. And you want to introduce the song?
Yeah. Yeah, it's it's Waterfalls.
Did you
So
forget?
don't go chasing waterfalls.
Yes, Waterfalls.
I did. I had to actually go
Oh.
refer to my notes, and then because of the misreading of other song names a while ago, I have to double check myself.
When you
And
said I did,
the
I thought you were
cover,
commenting on the fact that you did go chase waterfalls.
yeah, no, I'm actually commenting that I can't read real good. So, um, and the cover version that we found is Death Cab for Cutie, uh,
Yep.
emo rock, and something like that. I don't know, but
Indie,
but
emo,
yeah. So,
alternative.
and that was one of those ones. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying it's a emo, indie rock, alternative rock.
Yeah, and you couldn't really ask for much uh difference in these bands. So I mean, it'll be interesting. This will be a fun one. I think people will be
Yeah.
like, ah, this is different. Some of the other ones that we've had recently, we've had straight tributes and those sorts of things. So yeah,
Hmm.
this will be fun. So, but we probably have a sponsor for this episode.
We do, and I want to get into that before we get too deep into the song.
Yeah,
So I'll go ahead and get into that right now.
we were dangerously close, by the way, for getting too deep into this episode and forgetting to introduce ourselves, what we do. We had that happen a while ago. So good catch.
Multiple times.
Way to bring it back.
Excuse me. Well, today we are sponsored by the Golden Shower Corporation.
Oh my.
Introduce. Sorry, I was reacting to you. Sorry, Golden Showers Corporation. I'll get back online here. Introducing Golden Showers, a unique and revitalizing experience. Immerse yourself in the soothing embrace of cascading golden showers as they gently cleanse and rejuvenate. Each shower is a symphony of refreshing scents, bringing the essence of natural waterfalls to your daily routine. Forget about those silly rivers and lakes that you're used to. Experience something new and let our golden showers wash away your stress and transport you to a world where serenity meets luxury. You won't need no scrubs, and you won't feel unpretty with golden showers. Don't be a creep. Get golden showers right away. We ain't too proud to beg, but you better buy now so you don't miss out on our red light special prices.
Wow.
Yeah, they didn't provide any links for their website or anything. They just said to tell our listeners to Google it and they'll
Yeah.
find them.
Well, I've yet to try a golden shower, so I'm sure
Well, I think they're
some
gonna send us some samples.
some golden showers.
Yeah,
Uh,
watch.
this is very topical because my shower currently is ripped out of my bathroom because it was leaking from the installation. So
Oh
it's
dear.
my upstairs is in a bit of disarray.
Is
So
that
I
why
have
you
no
look so
golden.
greasy right now?
Hmm.
Is that why you look so greasy right now?
Yes, yes, I did. I definitely need a golden shower to get rid of the grease. So, so I guess we go ahead and we got the explicit content going. I mean, we fucking got it. I might as well just keep going, right?
We'll get, yeah, the first episode your mom listens to it and she hears that ad. I don't pick them, man. They come to me and gotta take them. Oh,
Uh,
so we'll
ooh, it
get
got
back
hot in here
to
too.
we'll get back to the album and the song,
So
Waterfalls.
it's funny. I got to tell this story. About 10 years ago, I was living in northern Alabama, and we were traveling to Nashville for a trade show. So, with my boss and a coworker, and his name was David, and we're going
Was it David
along.
Grohl?
It's not David Grohl. It was, no, it was a whole nother David. And it's funny because down in the South, everybody has to have proper names. So you could never call this guy Dave.
Hmm.
It's and same with the other guy in the car. It was never Mike. It was Michael.
Hmm.
So anyway, we're riding in this car. I'm getting some work done, and this David is driving, and he's like, "Oh my god, I love this song. I love you. Gotta learn this song up." And I'm like in the back thinking it's going to be some country song or some rock song, Leonard Skinner or something. Turns it up, and it's Waterfalls, and I'm like, I'm I got phone lines are open. I don't know if you heard the text or not, but no, I'm sitting there in the back seat laughing so hard because I'm like, three dudes in a car listening to Waterfalls isn't the most masculine moment of my life. Not that I was thinking about the Golden Shower Corporation or anything, but um, so every time this song comes on, for years, I would text these guys and be like, "Don't go chasing waterfalls," and we would all laugh about it. And so yeah, that was like 10 years ago. It was crazy, but that was
I'm sure you all learned some good life lessons from from listening to that song.
yes, yes. There is some lessons in that song, isn't there?
Yeah.
And the song was released in what 1994, I think. 90,
Yeah. Yeah. 94, the album Crazy Sexy Cool
Crazy
came
Sex
out, and
Cool.
then yeah, and then the song
It's all
was
one word.
released as a single. Oh, you're right. Then the song was released as a single in 95. Um,
Nice,
but yeah, TLC, it stands for all their names, right?
but does it?
And it does.
See, and it was funny because I was thinking it was just tender love and care, and then I didn't really know. I knew the Lisa Left Eye Lopez, but I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know the is it T-Boz,
T-Boz.
T-Boz, Tion Watkins, and Rosanda,
Rosanda?
Rosanda,
Ah,
Chile,
Chile. Chile.
Chile.
Is,
Well, up here in upstate New
isn't it
York, they
just
call it
Chile?
Chile because they can't read or they read too. Yeah, that's what I thought. But up here, they'll call it Chile. And I'm like, no, 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 you're really wrong. Like the rest of the world, including Mexico, calls it Chile.
Isn't that just the name of the city, though? They don't call the food Chile.
So, yeah, I don't know. Which is also ironic because you can say, well, what are you eating over there? And they're like, Chile. And I'm like, duh, same word. I mean, exact same word. So, yeah, it was actually um Tian, Lisa, and Crystal was actually the band's name TLC, and somebody's like probably out there, what? Who the heck is Crystal? Well, get this. This is what I found out through my research.
Mm-hmm.
Some producer and his client named Crystal Jones wanted a band of girls in the style of like Belle Biv DeVoe, and think of like a trio of hip hop like tomboys. So they put an ad out, and Tian, who was from Des Moines, and Lisa from Philly answered the call. They were like, "What's up? I want to be a part of that band." And they named the band Second Nature, which doesn't really fit because there's three people in the band. Um, so they started to putting things together, and there's some producer, she was really impressed, and she's the one, her name is Perry Pebbles Reed, um and she renamed the band TLC, so for Tian, Lisa, and Crystal.
Nice.
So what happened then is the wife, or oh, excuse me, the this Perry Pebbles was the wife of Antonio, quote unquote, L.A. Reid, who was a business partner of Kenneth, quote unquote, Babyface Edmonds, and they started recording stuff. And Mr. Reid felt Crystal Jones, the one who kind of put this whole gig together, had to go. She
Oh,
was out.
I like how
So,
everybody has like their
oh
nickname,
yeah, I
alter
think it's
ego.
because
It's great.
it's crazy. I think
Like
everybody in
Pebbles.
Atlanta has,
Pebbles is cool.
yeah, yeah. So, and obviously, Crystal Jones had to go because she didn't have a quote name. I think that's what really happened here. So the girls got into a squabble, and they kicked her out, and they found Rosanda Thomas, which you notice there's no C, who was a backup dancer with somebody else that I didn't have a quote name either. And so they went in the brainchild that they'll call her Chili. So, or Chili.
Nice. I like it. I like
Yeah.
it.
So yeah, that was
Yeah,
quite the series of events.
yeah, and the name of the album, they call it Crazy Sexy Cool. Like after each one of the girls, one's crazy, one's sexy, and one's cool. Like
Is which
left
one's
eye's
crazy?
left eye, crazy.
Uh, yeah, because didn't she burn down Andre
Andre,
Rison's house?
yeah, yeah, she burned down the NFL receiver for the Atlanta Falcons. Yeah,
That whole
and his tattoo was like, I think she got his number and a falcon tattooed on her shoulder, and that's prominent in the music video as well.
mm,
Um, but the house burning down was actually around the time they were recording. So Left
our
Eye, yeah. So I read that Left Eye was in prison a lot of the time they were recording, and she got a few days out to record, but she isn't featured as much on this album as others.
yeah, it's hard to record an album when you're in prison.
Oh wait, no, it wasn't prison. I'm sorry, I misspoke. It was rehab. She
Ah, there we
avoided
go.
prison by saying she was an alcoholic and she
Mm,
burnt the house down because she was crazy
that
on
reminds me.
alcohol. And yeah, so
Mm,
I can't remember. I think it's Chili who's the sexy one.
really?
And you know, it fits. She is the sexiest. If it's Chili that I'm thinking of. And T-Boz is just cool. With a name like T-Boz, you have to be cool.
Yeah, yeah. Tabos or Tabaz. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure somebody's gonna get mad at me about saying that, but I put down like my pronunciation Tebows. I
yeah.
don't know.
Matt'll bring it up. Matt'll let us know we'll be canceled
So
soon. It's all right.
yeah, exactly. He'd be like, if you mispronounce everybody's names, nobody's gonna subscribe. I'm like, all right. I mean, that's the way it goes.
Did you ever watch the movie The Other Guys with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg?
Yes. Is that the desk pop?
Yeah, the desk pop
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the police chief in that, who also works at Bed Bath and Beyond, is Michael Keaton,
Uh-huh.
and he throughout the movie he drops uh, TLC references into like conversations and debriefings and stuff,
Really?
and everybody's just like, "Do you know what you're doing, Chief?" And he's like, "No, I've never heard of the band TLC." But like he talks about, don't go chasing waterfalls, guys. Don't be creeping. Don't creep.
Don't be
It's
creepy.
hilarious. It's a low key joke throughout the movie, and it's awesome.
I've got to watch that. That's a way great movie. I'm about ready to fly out to Vegas, so I got plenty of time on a plane, so that'll be good.
Nice.
But TLC is the best selling American girl group of all time, and they've sold 65 million records. And Crazy Sex School was awarded diamond certification
Hmm.
a year or two after it came out, like really soon, which is 10 million copies for sale, or not for sale, but sold in the United States. And which is amazing. That's a lot. That's a lot of
Yeah.
records. And TLC ended up declaring bankruptcy real,
Yeah. Yeah.
right after that.
Yeah. 'Cause
Which everybody's
mismanagement. Like, didn't their manager screw them?
Pebbles.
Elbows. No, not so
I don't
cool
know.
anymore.
Not so cool, Pebbles. I don't know if it was Pebbles. I mean,
Mm.
but it was all into that. There was a whole bunch of contract stuff that I kept out of the synopsis of how everybody got together. Um, but I was 16 when this came out. It was all over the place. It was their second album. Couldn't miss it. You couldn't get away from it.
No. No, good songs on it. A lot of good songs.
Yeah. Um, and Clive Davis, who's, I mean, he's arguably like the best, greatest producer slash executive in rock and roll. He actually didn't like the song at first, but luckily they had quote unquote L.A. Reid, uh, and he said, "Nah, dude, this is a hit." Quote. I mean, that's what I heard exactly.
Smart guy.
Clive was like, "What up?"
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you seen the video for this? Or I'm sure you saw it. It was all over MTV at the time too. But
Oh my
I hadn't
gosh.
watched it in a long time, so I watched it today, and it's pretty epic. It's like a movie.
Yeah. It holds up.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool when they just form. They're like water form when
Yeah.
they the videos first starts. kind of, it's a sign of the times, but it was pretty ahead of the times when it was
It
recorded.
it was it cost over $1 million in 1993 for a video. That's a ton of coin.
Hmm.
They were inspired by the movie The Abyss by James Cameron, and the the company that they used for the effects also did like effects for like The Lawnmower Man, which was a Stephen King
Mm.
movie and stuff, and very very um, forward thinking and progressive at the time.
Hmm.
So it was awesome.
Yeah, like I mean, they did. So basically, they had to alter the song for the video. They had like musical interludes during cutscenes of the different lessons in the song about the first lesson of kind of being a gangster or a thug or whatever, and
Yeah,
then the second one with AIDS.
and
That
that was
that
that was
reminds me, because they were very big on safe sex and things like that, and outspoken about it, because a lot of people at the time, it was a lot less publicly spoken about or
hmm
recognized. It was just like Sean, like, don't talk about it kind of thing. And Left Eye wore a condom over her glasses like an eye patch for a lot of things a long time.
hmm.
So back to our Kansas episode, when I said some people wear eye patches to be cool, Left Eye. I didn't even know this was coming up. It was just meant to happen.
Yeah, I didn't know. I don't know if I would put a condom on your eye in the same category as an eye patch.
But I mean, it was an eye patch, just a condom shaped one, but still in the package. It was just over her glasses. It was an eye patch.
Yeah, yeah, I guess
Google it.
so. I guess so. She's pretty cool,
Some
and I'll give
some
it to you.
people wear.
In a photo finish, I'll say that's okay. I mean, you win the dollar bet that I guess there's one person on Earth that used a pseudo eye patch.
Well, thank you,
Hey,
thank you.
stop for a second.
Yep.
Stop. I'm hearing a noise. Somebody's blending something upstairs. Let me
Yeah,
or
I hear
do,
that too. I hear a dun, 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 dun.
all right. Let me go check this out. I'll be right back.
Make a milkshake.
Oh, David Grohl. David Grohl. I'm gonna go with David, man. I'm gonna go with David.
Were they doing something up there?
Fucking blending stuff. I'm like, what are you blending?
Were
Jeez.
they making milkshakes?
Yeah. And I come up there. I'm like, what are you
Holy
doing?
shit! I was right. As you were
What?
walking away, I said they're making milkshakes.
Yeah. And she comes over. She's like, what? And I'm like, fucking blender.
I
Ah, yes.
Wow.
So
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 did
yeah.
you also know that one of the songs on this album, Crazy Sexy Cool, is a cover of a Prince song?
What? What song is that?
Yeah, it's what song was that? I Want to Be Your Girlfriend, I think it's called.
Is the
Yeah,
number two as
if I
two?
was if I was your girlfriend,
Ah,
it's a Prince song.
because
And
Prince always has a when he uses the word two, he uses like the number two.
yeah.
Now that's cool.
Yeah,
It's
like
no,
ain't too proud to or yeah, ain't too proud to beg. Wasn't that one of them? But I think that was on a
yeah,
different
I don't know.
album.
Yeah, I don't
But
know. But well, that's interesting. I didn't know Prince. Prince is
yeah.
awesome. We should do a Prince song one of these days.
Yeah, I was trying to find a Prince song the other day. Kiss. I love that song. It's probably my favorite Prince song.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean one of my, it's up there in songs in general, but definitely one of my favorite Prince songs. But yeah, maybe
Nice,
eventually. Um,
nice.
but do you want what?
This is
Do you?
so. It's funny, it's funny, folks. We're having a production nightmare tonight. So I don't know if a few minutes ago or a minute ago you heard this sound, and uh, I had told the whole family that we're going to record this, and I was like, "Hey, be quiet." And then, unbeknownst to me, well, beknownst to me, I don't know if that's a word or not, but I'm going with it. Because all of a sudden I hear this sound, and it's somebody upstairs using a blender, like the loudest implement in our house, other than the vacuum. And so then Charlie here is doing something, trying to adjust the microphone
Adjust
like
my
a true
mic.
professional, and adjust the mic. Adjust waka waka waka. You should scrape the thing so it sounds like this. Um. So yeah. So guys, we're getting more and more professional every day. We were um.
Hey,
So back to the
it
video.
wouldn't
Were
be
we
us
done the
if
video?
we
I don't know where we
didn't make
were,
a
but
mistake. Yeah, I think it's about time to listen to the song.
I'm down. I'm down. So there's three verses to the song, right? Or no, well, kind of three verses. There's the first one, the mom dealing with her son dealing drugs and getting backed, and
Mm-hmm.
then a dude gets AIDS and dies from a slut because that's what it looks like in the
You
video.
can't say that word.
I
We're
can
gonna
say
cut that
slut.
word. I don't.
You
Okay.
can you can say slut. Sluts. You just can't call somebody a slut. I'm saying
Okay.
the fictitious character is a slut.
All right. Now we're getting canceled.
Is slut's not that bad of a word, is it?
I think it.
You
I
think
think
slut's
so.
worse than fuck? Jeez.
Yes, because slut implies bad things. Can you say slut? I don't know. I'll do more research.
Okay.
I think why it's so bad and is because it's talking about like a woman specifically.
Well, dudes can be sluts.
Yeah, but the origin of the word, and you obviously were talking about a woman.
Okay. So we'll go over and start that over then. And I won't use the word slut. Ah,
All right, I think it's about time we give the song a listen.
nice, nice. So there's three verses. There's the mom dealing with her son's drug dealing, and
Mm-hmm.
doesn't end great.
No.
And then a dude that looks like he is the lead singer of Creed uh, gets into a bad situation with a woman who has been
Promiscuous, promiscuous woman.
promiscuous. Definitely no more than promiscuous because
No, no.
that would
And
go
I
too
mean,
far.
if you're watching if you're watching the video, she literally takes the condom out of his hand. It's like, you're
Nah.
gonna raw dog me.
Wait a minute. You can say raw dog on this thing.
Yeah,
But the reason we had to edit this is that I said another word that we thought was over the line. But
yeah,
alrighty. Nice. And then there's a cool rap by
yeah,
Lefty.
yep. Cool rap by
And
Left Eye, and back to the chorus.
let's let her rip.
Let's let her. All right, folks, you'll hear a little interlude, and for those of you watching on the video, just stay tuned. It's worth it. Enjoy. And we're back.
That's a hell of a song.
It
I
is.
can see why it has 370 million listens on Spotify.
Yeah, I love the funky just groove to it.
Yeah. It's almost I'm going to classify it more as a soul song than a rap song. I mean, I know there's the
Hmm.
rap in the middle, but it just it it's not too far off from what the music wise what like a Stevie Wonder or somebody like that would have. I mean, it's very very well produced.
It is. It's very catchy. It's got a
Yeah,
good message. Yeah, it's a fun song. It's a great song.
and those the wah wah stuff, that wow wow all the way
Yeah,
through the thing. I don't know if that's keyboards or guitar. I go back and forth.
yeah. I was trying to figure that out myself. But that's probably my favorite sound in the song.
Oh yeah. It does have record crackles all the way through. I'm not sure what they're trying to say there. It maybe it's maybe it's the cracks of the meanings of the song. Um, but yeah, I mean, you can just tell this thing had high production. And you know what? I never picked up on this listening to it in a song or in my car or through regular speakers. But if you listen to them with headphones on, there through a lot of the choruses and stuff, there's these subtle embellishments that they say, not just the like listen to me, but it's almost like a subtle second melody that again it rewards the listener for listening deeper than just on the surface.
Hmm.
And even at the very end of the song, it's kind of the fade out. They go, "Oh, you're moving too fast," and then another voice comes in and says, "Moving too fast," in a very, very soulful way. I love it. Love the way
Hmm.
they do that.
Yeah, I enjoy that one a lot. I even put my red windscreen on here for AIDS awareness. So,
Nice.
yeah,
That was very valiant of you.
I thought
Um,
I like to think about things.
I'm not a big fan of rapping as a whole, and nor women rappers. So I'm just going to say that up front. But her rap evolves a lot, and there's the line, "You claim the insane and name this day and time for fallen prey to crime, and then I say the system got you victim to your own mind." That she rips that off so fast, and it's really because it's like on the second verse of her rap, and again, I think that's just great delivery, and I mean, there's a
Hmm.
lot of words there. They all obviously rhyme, and so
Can't
I think she did a hell of a job of that.
Yeah, can our friend Mandy just do that whole rap just right offhand too?
Yes, yeah, she did it at karaoke one night, and that was pretty. That was a, that was pretty insane. we
Yeah,
we've been using that karaoke more than I ever thought I would use karaoke.
that's awesome. Yeah,
So
karaoke's fun.
yeah, yeah.
Speaking of karaoke, Death Cab for Cutie didn't sing at karaoke, but they definitely made a cover of the song.
Oh, they definitely did. I mean, it's on the 2021's uh the Georgia EP, which
Hmm. Which was
was
all
to
star rated.
celebrate the runoff election in Georgia. Um, and you know, I've been thinking about how to address this because um,
I
I
wasn't gonna
always
bring it up because politics. So.
yeah. Well, it's funny because I was gonna, and this is it's not about what side of the politics you're on. It's just I always want to say keep politics out of music. But the more I think about it, there's been such great stuff that's come out of politics and music, and
Yeah.
I'll really say one of the biggest ones is Neil Young and Ohio. I just
Hmm.
that's a hell of a song. And if you don't have them in there, then artists don't really have anything to write about and sing. So I I'm I typically have a little discord when I say that, and it pulls me a little both ways. But yeah, good for them right now. Or doing a whole album of Georgia based music, and it's obviously their prerogative. It's what they stand for. So
Hmm.
um
Yeah. So Death Cab for Cutie, uh, like we kind of mentioned earlier, indie alternative rock band, um, out of uh, Bellingham, Washington, Seattle area. Ben Gibbard
yeah.
founded the band, and I believe in '97, and he's been the only constant member since the formation. They've had a lot of lineup changes. I read.
Yeah, I tell you, I wasn't super familiar with Death Cab for Cutie. I'd heard of them,
Hmm.
and so I started really listening to them more when we were prepping for this. And they're kind of like sob rock at its finest. After listening to their catalog, and being like, geez, this is, and then I started like looking up like what album should I listen to, and there's actually a rankings out there on how depressing their albums and songs actually are, and they rank them from most depressing to like least depressing. I'm like, geez. And Narrow Stairs, their album, is widely regarding as their most depressing, which I thought was topical because you have some narrow stairs at your house, and I still feel like I have a knee injury from when I fell down them just a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, they don't cause me depression, but obviously they cause you pain. So I
They-
apologize for that. I need a handle on the stairs there, a guard
yeah.
or rail, handrail. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah,
Oh man,
I've definitely had people over who are surprised that I was able to buy the house, without any sort of. They're surprised it met code basically with those stairs.
yeah, yeah.
But, and
So yeah, you said they're from Death Cab from Cutie is it from Bellingham, Washington? And fun fact about Bellingham, Washington is it has the lowest average sunshine amount of any city in the United States.
you get that seasonal. What is it? Sad seasonal something disorder.
Yeah,
It just causes depression, like winter time, but they got it all year round.
I mean,
Oh,
I mean, I guess if you're from there and that's what you do and that's what you live with, and you're like, well, I can write some really good songs about this.
did you read? I'm sure you did, but did you read how they got their name, Death Cab from Cutie? For
Yeah, go
Cutie.
ahead and talk about it.
I love the name of this band. So
I know.
they got they, they got their name from a song of the same name. The song's name is Death Cab for Cutie, from a band called Bonzo Dog Doodah Band. Bonzo Dog Doodah Band. And apparently they were asked by Paul McCartney and the Beatles to, you know, be at the end of the film Magical Mystery Tour. So
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up. I didn't have time to
yeah,
go check it out.
I looked up the song. I listened to the song. It's it's not a bad listen, but what
No,
a name!
yeah,
How do you get that? It's hard to even remember. I have to keep looking at my notes. The Bonzo Dog Doodah Band.
yeah. And it was funny because that the Death Cab for Cutie song, it's a rollicking blues number. It's all
Hmm.
well and good, but when you watch this video, if you look it up on YouTube, this drummer, I mean, is he wearing like hockey shoulder pads or
Yes,
something?
yeah, yeah. That was a weird video.
So the people in this band are so the drummer's wearing hockey shoulder pads, and drummers are weird anyway, just typically in bands. So you give that the singer had this like it was black and white thing. So I pictured it was a golden like suit. He looked like he was
Probably
like
velour.
yeah, he looked like he was like 63. He was definitely the oldest person in the band.
That's Bonzo. Or maybe it's
And then
Doodah. He's the grandpa. He's Doodah.
there was a trifecta of horn players. They looked like they were straight out of a New York jazz club, but they got those stereotypical jazz hats that are like the little velour ones. And then like every bass player, I don't remember what he looked like. I don't even remember if he was in the video or not. That might not even
Yeah,
have been there.
it's worth a Google.
Yeah,
Um,
it's worth the time. And there was only
Also,
like
sorry, go ahead.
no, there was only like a couple 100,000 views on it, so it's not like it's out there and million views from people wondering about where did Death Cab for Cutie get their name.
Yeah, it's a much less depressing song than probably anything Death Cab put out.
Exactly,
No, if,
exactly.
like I was familiar with Death Cab, and I've definitely recognized some of their songs, like "I Will Follow You Into the Dark." There's probably in oh, what was the name of the song? "Crooked Teeth." So I had also heard that one, and that one's actually not depressing. It was fun. It kind of reminded me of like a Semisonic song.
Nice.
Like, you remember that band
Yeah, hell
Semisonic?
yeah.
Yeah. And also his voice reminds me of uh, Colin Malloy from the Decemberists. But I like the
Yeah,
Decemberists. I listen to them a bit.
yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, I mean, I mean, look, if I wake up one day and it's kind of cloudy outside and I want to put on some mascara, whitening my skin, and be pissed off at the world, I think I'll put Death Cab for Cutie on there. I mean, it seems very appropriate. Keeps me in that mood. If I want to break through the clouds and not be so in such a sour mood, you know what? I'm gonna put the Bonzo Dog Doodah Band on there. This
Yeah.
is choose your own adventure. So,
should we
um,
should we give this song a listen? I don't, I did some research. I don't know them. Like I said,
yeah,
definitely recognize some songs, enjoy a few, but
yeah. So,
nothing I've really listened to much of.
this song here is just about 20 seconds shorter, and has about 13.6 million plays on Spotify. So, quite a few less than obviously one of the most popular albums of all time by one of the most popular bands of all time. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, let's give it a spin.
Spoiler alert: Ben Gibbard does not rap in this version.
Spoiler.
So yeah,
All right,
let's give it a go.
let's go.
Bonzo Dog Doodah
Band.
Band. Thank you. Um, that was that's a refreshing take. It's definitely got the Death Cab for Cutie indie, just slow groove kind of to it. But
Yeah,
I feel it's not not necessarily like depressing like the narrow stairs. Um,
yeah, yeah,
it's kind of got uplifting tones with the guitar. Um, I enjoy it.
yeah. It's melancholy, but it feels like they're trying to make it somewhat inspiring, I guess.
Hmm.
They're trying to build throughout the whole thing, even though there's sort of bad and negative lyrics, or I'm going to say negative lyrics. I mean, people die and stuff, but they're trying to build through the whole thing of, don't go chasing these waterfalls and kind
Hmm.
of grow with me.
Yeah, and your description, melancholy was the word that I couldn't think of, which is a great descriptor. It's that, but it's like you say, it's also like it's a positive. Even though there's sad things that happen in it,
hmm
it's kind of just the song itself, but it's also trying to say you know there's other ways. There's other ways that you can be, and
Yeah, and I think the introduction to the song, it's very subtle. You almost don't even know what song it is for a moment.
mm-mm,
And then it gets a little repetitive, but I love the way the drums come in. They're a little delayed in that second verse, and I, it brings when the chorus comes around, it's like a new ethereal level and feels liquid to me. Again, I'm kind of stretching to try to figure out the words I want to say, but um, there's a lot of really good things here.
mm-hmm,
But I will say too, at points, I'm kind of like, okay, let's let's get this over the edge, or let me have a big, exhale to be like, okay, this goes somewhere. I feel like we've and one of the things that I think causes that is from my understanding is they recorded this during the COVID
mm-hmm,
um, pandemic, or at least part of it, and by not being in the studio together and not being right next to people, you could definitely have a feel like that. That's very kind of detached from one another, and band chemistry could certainly suffer on that sort of
mm-hmm.
thing.
Yeah. And to your point, like you
Um,
say, when it just starts off real slow, I actually thought maybe I hit play on one of those you know, sleepy time playlists of Waterfall,
yeah,
uh, ASMR that you go to sleep to.
yeah,
But then I
yeah.
got into it.
And when I played it for Mindy, my wife, uh, I thought I actually hit the wrong song because it didn't. I didn't get the chord structure right away. I'm like, well, maybe this is just a different song. I don't know, but obviously then it comes in
Hmm.
there. But the song does end. It has a long outro of chorus, but then it does kind of just end.
Hmm.
Not so dissimilar to what Sturgill Simpson did there, but it does end like where the original big knocks for
Fades
fading out.
out. Should we
So
pick our favorite?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll go here. I think I'm up on this one. Am
Yeah,
I right or no?
yeah.
Right on. Um, I see what Death Cab for Cutie was doing and tried to do, and I really respect that. But when in the end it becomes pretty dang repetitive, and that's the thing that the keyboards or whatever they got going on there. They're right here, and it's kind of like nonstop. It's kind of like the Jingle Bells and Backdoor Santa.
Hmm.
Um, and then TLC, man, they had the whole package. It was super well written. They didn't waste any time, effort, and energy, beating around the bush. They really went at it. Great production. Obviously, if Clive Davis was around this, Babyface was helping out with doing some of this meaningful and impactful, and obviously it was a socially, social commentary that I think was great, and the video holds up. So to me, it's TLC all the way. And I'm really glad we picked this song because it's a song but listening to it as deep as we do this when we put our notes together, I'm glad we gave it another listen.
Yeah, it has been spoken.
It has been spoken.
Uh,
That would have
yeah,
been a great point to use the pitch shift. Has been spoken.
I dig it. Um, all right, so Nick, you had some great points there. I agree with you on a lot of them. I do like the ambition that Death Cab had for this song, to actually cover it. I like that they made it their own. You know, they kept it to their true to their style, but it was a good tribute to the song,
Hmm.
and it's enjoyable to listen to. I can't say I might replay it much, but yeah, to TLC's version, it's classic. Grew up with it. I was right in teenage years, hearing it all the time. Still love to hear it. It's a fun song. Um, the rap in it is fun. It's good. It's accessible. It's a very accessible song to all different
It,
people,
yep.
even if you don't necessarily listen to that type of music a lot. It's catchy. It's produced well, and yeah, I will pick TLC as well.
Let it be said.
Sorry, the pre-production, I did that on accident, and it we thought it sounded cool, so we'll see
We'll see how it
when I'm
translates to.
editing it.
Yeah. Let us know in the description or the comments below if you like the gong of decision.
Oh, well, yeah, this was a fun song to do. I'm glad we did it.
Yeah,
Mix it up a little bit, um, throw something a little different in there, and because this is what we're about. You know,
right.
listening to all different types of music and finding new things. I didn't know Cab covered this until we decided to do this song.
Me neither. Me neither. It's awesome, and the more we do these and the way we pick them, it is great to have such a cute, huge, diverse amount of songs. I
Hmm.
think that's what I've gotten the most feedback on, and people are like, you guys are all over the place with these songs, which is cool. And I've had a lot of people that are like, man, the only frustrating thing I wish you guys had in this was to be able to listen to the song in your podcast because
Yeah,
it's very topical, but we're working on it. We'll get there someday, hopefully.
yeah, yeah. Hopefully, we just don't want to get canceled from playing the music. Maybe from the words we say, but not from the music.
Well, if I could say what I want to say, we would have a TV 14
Yeah, yeah,
listing. So
I saw your text. Maybe I won't edit it all out. Maybe you'll get the full experience, guys. We'll see. Oh
we'll
man,
have to.
I this has been fun. I can't wait to do more episodes and truly appreciate everybody's feedback that you've given us.
Absolutely.
If you want to leave us feedback, on the podcast itself, it'll probably help algorithms and whatnot, which is awesome. We'd love to get some new audience members, and yeah, we look forward to continuing on doing this.
Absolutely. Thank
Oh
you all very much.
yeah, thank you again. We're on all different sorts of platforms now,
All of them.
so you can find us out there. Check out our TikTok and YouTube and all that jazz. So
Nice.
we'll see you soon.
Thank y'all. Over and out.
Over now.